Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought we'd be here. We are here. It's finally happened. Populous, the beginning, has released on Steam. That's right. Populous, the beginning, has released on Steam. So, you go to the store page. It's very straightforward. We go to the store page. I'm already on it because I'm a super fan. I'm already on it because I'm a super fan, but we type Populous. The other games are there too, but this is the one we're after. There it is! Populous, the beginning, Electronic Arts, classic games now available, save up to 60% today. Right, I don't know what that song was about. I'm going to be a little bit more professional now. Here we are. I've already left a review shilling us shamefully. Mine is probably somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm waiting for it to be approved. But I have written a review for it. Oh yeah, currently marked publicly visible. Let's have a look. There it is. Boom, 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 boom. It's Populous. Right. Anyway, back to the subject. So you want to go to this page. You want to buy the game. Once you've added it to your library, obviously you install it. It's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. Now, I bet a lot of you are going to have issues getting the game to work. Populous is an old game. It doesn't like working. And I bet... Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. This is Populous. Oh my god, my mouse. This is, you know... Whoa! I'm going to skip the intro because there's a lot I want to cover in this video. And then it crashes. Just like that. It crashes. Now that might happen to a lot of you. It's actually dependent on your native screen resolution. If you want to fix that crashing straight away, all you have to do is change your screen resolution down to something nice and low, like 1280 by 720, and then you can run the game natively just fine. But let's say you don't want to do that. Say you want to play the game that you love from the 90s, but you don't want to play it as if it's in the 90s. Well, I've got just the solution for you. Here we are. This is a Populous reincarnated page. It's available at www.popre.net. I will include a link in the description below. But it's important that you go here immediately. You may be reading multiplayer community and you may be thinking, well, I don't want to play multiplayer. That's fine. The reason you still want to come here is for two things. We've got a Discord, for one, which I'm just going to continue to on this webpage. I know I have do have the app as well, of course. Ignore the fact that you can see the staff channels. You're not supposed to. I'm staff. You won't see that. But exactly this. As you arrive here in our Populous reincarnated Discord, there's a lovely getting started section there, as well as useful links and an FAQ, which will help you with a lot of questions about getting this to work. There's also a support page where you can ask us questions about getting things to work. There's a tournament discussion page where you can talk about tournaments with us, as well as just a general page where you can talk to us about how much you love Populous. And even we're celebrating Populous being on Steam. Now, anyway, let's go back here. What you want to do is you want to go to the Downloads tab. If you don't want to do it from the Discord, go to the Downloads tab and you want to download the Populous Matchmaker. Now, I know what you're saying. I don't want to download the Matchmaker because I don't want to play online, but trust me, you do want to download the Matchmaker. Your browser may not like the Matchmaker. I assure you it's safe. I've been using it for years now. Windows Defender's really not going to like this, but I'm running it anyway. I'm putting my PC at risk just to show you how absolutely fine this is. You're going to install the Matchmaker. Mine's obviously installed already, so I'm just going to ignore all of that because obviously I've already installed the Matchmaker. And then we're going to run it. And this will take you to something that looks a little bit like this. It may look different. It may look blue. It may look... this is Matchmaker skins. I'll just show you very quickly. My pop boots doesn't work for me, but I'll do it. Yeah, so here's pop boots. It's a little funky because of the resolution. Your Matchmaker will probably look like this color, which is fine. I can make this work. And what we're going to do, we've got our game and we've got our Matchmaker. Now, all you're going to do is find your Steam install of Populus. Oh, it's literally here. Steam library, Steam apps, common. I'm an idiot, I got distracted. Populus 3, this is Populus the beginning. So you want to select this. So now it says, look, my drive is Steam library, Steam apps, common, Populus 3. With that set as your directory, we're going to type in chat. We're going to type two things. We're going to type exclamation mark, beta, or beta. That's B-E-T-A. I'm just going to let me full screen this so you can see what I'm... Well, no, you can't really see what I'm typing. It's very small. I'll put it on the screen in editing. And you see now we're updating. We're actually doing an update here. And what this is doing is this is putting a beta build in these folders that we have selected. Once that's done, you're going to get a little thingy that says update complete. Now, if you've downloaded the Matchmaker for the first time, mine's obviously up to date because I'm actually playing in the Matchmaker all the time with people. But if your Matchmaker's not up to date, the chances are your Matchmaker will update as well. And that's perfectly fine. Right, and that has updated our Populus. So, you may be thinking, what has changed? And the answer might not be very much immediately. In fact, if you go and launch that game, you might find it still crashes. But if we go to Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, we find Populus 3, you'll notice a couple of changes here. One, you'll see this executable, Pop 3, and you see it's labeled PopTB 1.5. That will be important in a second, because what we actually want is this ddraw config file. Now, very easy to get the game working when it comes to your ddraw config file. All you want to do is make sure that the height, width, and height of this box, PopTB, matches your native screen resolution. I know this isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but to get this beautiful game working, trust me, it's worth it. So we're going to go 3840 by 2160. Now, I know a lot of you gamers love your borderless full screen, so we're going to set Windows and full screen to true. And I'm also going to copy that for 1.5 or Pop 3 as well, just because this is a new install, and I will show you that the multiplayer will work as well. Now, here we go. This is a moment of truth. We're going to Populus 3. We click PopTB, software. You see, we no longer have the black boxes at the sides. And this time, if we go new game, you can see the game works. It's horrible resolution, but the game works. Oh, It is a horrible resolution. Now you can change these resolutions slightly in this version of the game, the 1.01 version we like to call it, or the base vanilla of the game. But as you can see, this game works. Just by updating and changing that config file, we are now playing Populous the Beginning. But I'm playing in 800 by 600, stretched over a 4K monitor. I don't particularly want to do that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to quit the game. We're going to quit this. We're going to go back to here. And we're going to launch Pop 3. Remember I said that there was a second version. Look how much slower and more controlled my mouse is. And you'll find that the settings are a little bit different. You'll find that, look at all these resolutions that you can pick. And then there's enhanced widescreen scaling. You can turn the ambient sounds off if you don't want to. You can pick a single level. So if you just have a favourite level that you remember from a child and you don't want to get all the way there, you can jump right to it. And you can see this game works. It's fluid. It's far more fluid than the other version. But this is the kicker. If you push Shift F1 in this version, you'll find this tiny, it's a little bit hard to see, but this tiny little GUI. And in this GUI, you can do all sorts of things. One of the things you can do is set a legacy mouse. You can even change the notifications. So if you don't want to be told whenever there's a certain spell going off, you can actually do that, see? Or you can turn a certain spell on, if you're into that. But you don't need that. You don't even need this menu. That's just a funky nice to have. We go into options, and you see this here, we go key mappings. This is when everything changed. This is when the Fire Nation attacked. Let's find a spell. Say, Convert Wild. Very good spell on this map. I'm going to bind it to... My numlock's off, so I'm not going to bind it to M. I'm going to bind it to this. Now, you'll probably remember clicking the spell panel. But look. It's next level. It's more fun. I don't have spells. I don't have the mana. Let's fix that. Cheating! I'm sure many of you did it. And you can set a hotkey for any spell in the game. You can even set a hotkey to select your shaman if you so wish. So yes, the 1.5 version of the game does work from the Steam version. You just have to launch it, and you can make sure to create a shortcut, send to desktop, create shortcut if you want to launch it without going into the folder. But lastly, I'm going to do one last thing just to prove that this is a singing, dancing, works in all versions. I'm going to go to War of the Gods, which is a co-op campaign that we host on the Matchmaker. And I'm going to launch from the Matchmaker. I do have to allow access because this is a new install. Bear with me. Just going to allow access. I'm going to turn computer players on. And just like this, I am playing Populous the Beginning online. all from the Steam version, all with just a few minutes of setting up. So again, remember, it's populusreincarnated.net if you want to do this. I have been Lovenji Gaming. Feel free to share this video around YouTube or any of your friendship groups. Feel free to come by if you've got friends and you don't even want to play online, but you just want to play a co-op campaign with one of your friends who you grew up playing this game with. Do stop by. We'd love to have you. We'd love to help. And I, as a tournament host, would just love to see you watching a tournament with us sometimes. It's great fun. We're a cool little family. I'll see you in the Matchmaker.